Hey guys, we are back, and another video for today. Today's Tuesday and my daily videos, and I just want to thank you guys before the video continues for supporting me and actually watching my videos, man. Thank you so much. So today's rant for me, a little quick one for me is, and sorry for the hair. Yeah, it's snowing in New York, and had the hat on. I just want to jump in before I forget my idea. Today's idea was basically. Well, my little rant was, I was thinking about it, and throughout my life, I'm not sure if I was actually thinking for myself. A lot of the times, do we actually think for ourselves? Since unless we grew up with maybe parents that were very, very aware of themselves, most of the time we are growing up, kind of satisfying your parents, satisfying your family, friends. Going with others' opinions and trying to be that people pleaser, which I believe I was, and still am. We might think outside the box, we think differently, but there's certain circumstances that you conform to other people's ideas, even though you might not agree with it, because when we're growing up, you're looked at as a weird person, right? And I posted today on my Instagram about what is normal, right? And sometimes when you're trying to be normal, you lose your amazing personality, your amazing or who you are as a person, because you're trying to fit in on certain situations, whether it be professional, whether it be at school, whether it be even just friends wise. You might not express yourself because you don't want to be looked at a certain way, right? And I think I deal with this. I think a lot of us deal with this, and I'm always thinking outside the box. So I'm always thinking a little bit out of the extraordinary, as they call it, or out of the ordinary, and I find myself getting different looks, like, oh, what is this guy talking about? What is this guy doing? And he must be on something, right? And I don't know if you've been in a situation when you see somebody look at you a certain way, whether you want to believe it or not, you can tell how they're thinking at that moment. Maybe you're wrong, but most of the time you're right. So I was thinking about it. Are we, as anybody, ever normal, right? And in society itself, growing up, normal or normalcy is like the norm, and the norm doesn't really get you the self-fulfilling, happy, as they call, life, because you're always told what to do. This is normal, and whenever you want to step out of the norm, you're not a normal person. You're a rebel. You're somebody that has it's a misfit, or you're against the rules, and you're breaking the rules. And I've noticed that as I get a little, I get wiser or older, most of my issues come with, I don't like to be told what to do most of the time. Like, I don't really care for, especially if I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not hurting anybody, if I'm not impeding on somebody's happiness. I don't like to be boxed in. I don't like to be when I have ideas or creative thoughts, I don't like to be told that those ideas are not good. Like, let me find out that they're not good. Let me fail. Let me try and fail. But I don't like to be told what to do. And I'm not sure if you guys can agree with me, but most of us that are in the creative world and have that different mentality, we don't like to be told what to do. And I think a lot of people in general, not everybody, but some people, they like when you're adhering to their rules. Like, these are my rules and you need to follow them. And if you have any ideas or any counter rules against my rules, you're against me, so now I gotta take you down, or you gotta get out of the circle, or get out of the, if you have a job, you gotta get out of the company. And and I feel like sometimes the new companies that are out there, I think they are very, they evolve because they give a lot of voice to the employees, and they let them be creative on their own way, and bring a lot of stuff to the table that otherwise the CEO would have never seen. So the new companies that are coming up nowadays are very, very aware of this, that the creative people, most of them don't like to be boxed in. They don't like to be told what to do. If they have if you put a goal on them, or something that they can't really move around and bring their ideas into the situation, they don't feel comfortable. And I think in life as well, a lot of us don't like to be told what to do. But the funny thing is that we grew up with this mentality that you have to follow the situation or the system. You have to be kind of, as they call it, you have to cooperate. We go to school for 12 years, as they say, and once we get out of school, now we got to figure out what we want to do, they say. Or go get a job. And in reality nowadays, there's a lot of stuff that you can go to school, graduate, go to college for a degree, and you might not still get a job or a decent paying job. So that's out of the picture. So, the reason for my channel is I wanted to start something different, put my ideas out there, and hopefully have resonate with a lot of people that are thinking the same way. But you can also do certain things. You can start whatever it is you want to do. I think whatever you think about, you gotta be able to go in and focus on that thing and give it 100% and let the universe take care of it. Another problem for me is I started the channel and I wanted to rush it. I want to rush it. I want to start seeing some growth. I want to start seeing some views, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that had this feeling. I'm sure all the other creators on this channel platform had the same feeling. It takes, everything is time. With time you become better. With time you have better insight. With time you understand where you want to go. So time is the relevant energy in life, and sometimes most of the time when you interfere with it, you don't really get what you're trying to accomplish because you're interfering with the process. So trust the process, right? But going back to the situation where we kind of are led to comply with life, and when you start thinking differently, you start thinking you want to try this, you want to start your own company, you want to start your own channel, blog, podcast. Most people are, for the most part, they're not going to support you. So just remember that nobody's going to see the vision you have, and it's because we've been taught to comply, right? And the funny thing is, like, a lot of people that I know, they'll state like, wouldn't you rather go and work a better job? And then I feel like if you don't like the job you're in right now, the job is not the problem. The problem is you, and you need to find something that you are energetic about, that brings you energy. And like Mel Robbins says in one of her videos, which gave me a lot of insight, she's like, do the stuff that bring you energy, that spark energy inside of you. That's what you want to do. And hopefully you guys can take that tip away from this video today, is do the things that bring you energy. And if not, you got to find what that is. And if you want to check her channel, I think her name is Mel Robbins. She has great stuff on her channel as well. But for my insight was, I know I'm a little bit off track, but I wanted to kind of bring it up that a lot of the times in life, we're not really thinking. We don't really think for ourselves. Most of the time we don't. We are thinking, kind of just going with whatever it is, the norm, right? And we're scared to think outside the box. We have ideas. I think we all have ideas, and we have insights, we have visions, but we think that it's absurd because we can't see the results. We can't see the good side of it because you never tried it, right? And I don't know. I thought that holds a lot of us back, and we also have to understand that I think we have different concepts of money, right? As I've dove into this entrepreneurial world, there's a lot of opportunities out there to make money, and I think money should be used as a tool, but it's something we don't talk about because when we grow up, we make money as like it's just, you get it to get things you want, like toys, houses, purchase things that you might need or you feel like you need, and that's why you want more money. You don't want money as a tool. You want money more as a way to spend it on certain things. So as I was looking at my life today, I was like, oh man, like all my life I've been a slave to money, and it's like, I don't blame anybody but myself, right? But I think if you start thinking about it, like a lot of the times, we get out of school, we start accumulating stuff, we start buying cars, houses, all this stuff, and we accrue this massive debt. And I think Gary Vee talked about it in his video. We start accruing this massive debt. So now we kind of are, in a way, locking ourselves in this cage, because obviously you never liked the job in the first place, but it's paying you good money. but now you're locked in this cage because if you think about it, invisible cage, put it this way, because you have all this debt, and now you're gonna be afraid to leave that job because how are you gonna pay back all these things that you bought? So it's kind of, people talk about finances, and I'm a big fan of finances, but if you're able to start thinking for yourself, I think everything else takes care of itself. Because if you thought about it, you were first trying to reverse it, as they call it, reverse engineering. You were first trying to figure out what it is that you are good at, what it is that brings you the most energy, what it is that you feel like you can do forever. Like you can wake up every day and you can do this, and you can think about ideas, and you start implementing certain strategies, and it comes easy to you, right? It comes natural. And it takes time to figure that out, right? I don't think you could do that overnight, but once you figure that out, then we should start worrying about, I want to establish my own home, I want to establish my own car. Like, I don't see why we don't do it that way. We don't think that way, but we think the opposite. We do the opposite. We buy the stuff first, don't know what the hell we want to do, don't know whether we want to stay in our jobs forever, and actually are not happy with the job, but we like the comfortable payments and not comfortable, the salary and the benefits. And I talked about this in a couple of videos before, but that's a bad formula, because now you're gonna look at money as like they say, the root of evil, because you're doing certain things you hate to get the money to pay for the things that you got thinking that will make you happy. So think about it, if you didn't have that accrued debt, maybe whatever it was, credit card, house, mortgage, car payment, whatever it may be, if you didn't have that, you probably would have a different, probably you wouldn't need all that money. You'll be more comfortable with a little bit less money, doing something you actually want to do. And I've been listening to a lot of Gary Vee, so he was bringing this up, and it's funny because it seems like a genius idea, but it's common sense, but we never use our common sense, and we never think about it. It's because we never really think for ourselves. So if I can give you a message from this video, I know I want a couple of topics, is stop and think. Are you actually thinking for yourself? Are you doing things that are actually 2 or 3 years out, 5 years out, are gonna put you in a better place than where you are right now? Like, are you, if you're in a crazy mess of debt, and you're working 2 jobs, working 3 jobs, put yourself in a situation where you don't want to be doing that for the next 20, 30 years. You want to eventually start letting that go. So think of your habits, think about your awareness, think about yourself. You can only change yourself. You cannot change all the circumstances. You have to first start with yourself, and then you start addressing little by little, tackling the outside situations. But please leave a comment, please share, and let me know what you think. Are we actually thinking for ourselves? Are we actually making decisions in life that will benefit us 2 or 3 years off, from today? Or are we just going with the motions, thinking that we have no choice? All right, guys, take care.